I was walking around on Sunday morning in Lurgan, North Iowa. Major Joseph Ridgway drove up in that Jeep and screeched to a halt there. And he says, "Hey, Jake," he says, "I got a bone to pick with you." I can remember it like it was yesterday. And I thought, what in the world? I love this guy. In fact, he had an 8mm movie camera, wind up, spring wound. I would take that with me when I had furlough, and then I'd take pictures around of everything. I said, "What kind of a bone have you got to pick with me?" He says, "Last time you took my camera and took pictures, I sent that to my wife, and she had them developed, and she wants to know who those girls are." I said, "Major, I can't even remember what I did take." He says, "That's when you went to Edinburgh." Oh, yeah, they had a convention up there. And I said, "They were beautiful girls." And I said, "Here's your chance to take some pictures of them right now, movie pictures." And I didn't know you were going to send a raw film to your wife. You shouldn't do that. Have it developed here, and then you can edit it. So while he's talking, I got my 35mm camera. I handed it to him. I sat in that Jeep. I never drove a Jeep in the service. I didn't have one, but that was Major Ridgway's Jeep. And I says, "Take my picture." So he took my picture of it. I developed up that and pictures of 2 swans, and I sent them to my mother. My dad saw those, took them into the photo news in Owatonna. They put them in the newspaper, local boy in the service. And there was a girl going to high school in Owatonna that saw those pictures. She cut out the picture of me in the Jeep and put it in her wallet. She was in 10th grade. As years went by, and I went in on D-Day and went through 6 battles and came home for 45 days in 1945, and then ready to go back. Instead of sending me back, I got a discharge. I started living on the farm, doing chores and things there. Every Sunday, drive that truck over to Hope to pick up the mail. And there, Harley Cassim's car was sitting with the hood up. Well, I said, "I'll pick up the mail and I'll see what Harley wants." He wasn't too handy with mechanics. On the way back, I stopped, and he came walking out with a fan belt. I said, "Harley, do you need some help?" "Yeah, Jake, I do. We came to pick up the mail and the fan belt broke. So I just got a new one from Lud." So I grabbed a crescent wrench and a tire iron and went over there. About 30 seconds I had that thing going, and I started back for the truck to put the tools away, and Harley hollered, "Hey, you want to meet my sister?" I looked back and there was nobody in the car. I said, "Yeah," and I thought he was going to go home and pick up his sister and bring her over to the farm. So I continued to the truck and threw those tools in and shut the door and started to walk around. Harley hollered, "Well, come on then," and he had opened up the passenger door. So I thought, what is this? So I walked over there, and there his sister had just washed her hair and grabbed a dish towel and wrapped around her head, no makeup or anything, and she was down on the floorboard under the dash, and it came out as red as a beet. He introduced me. He says, "This is my sister, Lowell." Well, by the time I left that, I had a date for next Sunday at the rodeo in Blooming Prairie. And then we started going together. I enrolled in trade school at Dunwoody in Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. That girl, we started going together. Every night we'd go out. It got so bad. And I said, "We got to get married." I said, I bought the wedding ring and the engagement ring as a pair. That pair of rings cost me $100 at that time.
That's expensive.
That was a hell of a lot of money at that time, where people were making 25 cents an hour.
Yeah.
Now, we were married for nearly 3 years. In 48, I came home for lunch. She had her wallet laid out in the bathroom. She was changing wallets. And there was that picture of me in the Jeep. I said, Lola, where the hell did you get that picture? She says, I've had that since I was a sophomore in high school. I said, you've had that? You cut out my picture? You never even knew me. No, but I knew your brother Bob, and he talked about you. I said, how come you were carrying my picture? She says, my girlfriend asked that same thing. I told her, that's the guy I'm going to marry. So help me God, I am not making that up. So all the time I thought I was pursuing her, she had the make on me.